Johnny Cream here with the haul from the farms we visited today. Great Country Farms and George's Mill Farms. The one thing that couldn't wait is the pumpkin muffin with the cream cheese filling. I owe it to this muffin to eat it while it's still fresh and not stale. Feels nice and soft. Oh, you can tell by the weight that it's definitely got some heft to it. That must be the cream cheese filling. Okay, it looks like it's a pumpkin cream cheese, and you can see that little pocket there. So I'm gonna take a bite from that end first. The filling is delicious. The muffin is a little bit bland when you don't have the filling, to be honest. It's nice and soft. There's a good crumb to it. Maybe a tiny bit dry, but not like a super dry muffin, but I really like the filling. And once you get past that, it's kind of just like an okay actual muffin. I don't taste pumpkin that much in it. You get a little bit of pumpkin pie flavor at the end, but whenever you have a bread or a muffin that's supposed to be flavored with a fruit like banana bread or something, I like it to really have a strong banana flavor and not just be like bready, which this one doesn't really do. The filling does save it though. The filling with the cream cheese is tasty, but yeah, I would struggle to finish the rest of the bites without any filling. So now switching over to the sweet side of things. Warmed up my apple cider. Now it's a lovely hug in a mug. Easily one of the best hot drinks. All right, so for this round we have apple cider donuts. We have lemon skyr, which is this is a goat's milk Icelandic yogurt. We brought back the pumpkin butter and the black raspberry preserves because we think these could go really well with some of the other items on the board. And then we also have some goat's milk bourbon caramel, which I had the regular version before. I've never tried the bourbon version before. Very excited. It could be what to the sweet items, what the pepper jelly was to the savory items, where I just want to put this on everything. And then a Dutch apple pie from Great Country Farms using some of the other apples that we tried earlier. Can officially review, hot apple cider is better than cold, but it's delicious both ways. And I think since I'm drinking apple cider, the first thing I should try is an apple cider donut. It's got good springy texture. Seems nice and moist, not dry at all. Not overly done on the seasoning on the outside either. You can see even on the inside, it's not like that usual stark white that you see for a cake donut. Very good, not dry. That's my biggest complaint about cake donuts is when they're dry. Not too much sugar on the outside. Never really understood the thing about them being called apple cider donuts, because I don't really taste any apple with them. I love the seasoning. I think we can do this one even better though by popping it in the microwave. Why not go ahead and do the caramel as well? Some of that goat's milk bourbon caramel just looking luscious. It's so soft, it's like falling apart once it's been heated up. Now that is the higher plane of existence this donut was destined for. Oh my God. What an underused life hack to heat donuts up in the microwave. That is fantastic. Let's see if it gets even better with some of the caramel. You know what? You're kind of gilding the lily when you put on the caramel. Doesn't need it. Maybe the pumpkin butter, since it's not as sweet. The caramel is fantastic. It's really, really good. Just this donut does not need any assistance from the sweetness realm. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna like it plain, heated up in the microwave the most. I actually like it with the pumpkin butter more than I liked it with the caramel, but plain, heated up in the microwave is the way to go. Easy must try. Gonna go in for a nice cooling, palate cleansing lemon skyr. This is a goat's milk yogurt. The other yogurts I've had from them are not too funky. You can see this is the skyr Icelandic yogurt, so it's a bit thicker, sort of similar to Greek yogurt. I want this to be sweeter and more lemony. You get it on the aroma than more on the yogurt. It kind of just tastes like plain yogurt with like a hint of that goat milk funk. A little drizzle of bourbon caramel. Definitely better, just like pretty much anything you put bourbon caramel on. Not something I would really strongly recommend unless you like plain yogurt a lot. Try a little bit of pumpkin butter with it. That works pretty well. You know, because it's not too sweet, it plays well with others, but plain, I'm just still not too crazy about it. And I still wish it had more of a nice lemon flavor. You can try a little bit of black raspberry preserves. That's probably the best combination. It sort of reminds me of those Faye Greek yogurts. The texture contrast isn't great because it's kind of this more jello-y, firmer jam with the smooth yogurt, so it doesn't exactly like blend together. You might want like to heat it up or have a looser jam for that. Overall, not crazy about the lemon skyr. I've had the caramel one before and that one was definitely better. Diving into this delightful looking Dutch apple pie here. Love Dutch apple pie because of the streusel on top. Nice big slice for myself. All right, now the hard part, getting that first piece of pie. All right, not too bad. I'm gonna give it a quick bite now, but I think that sort of like the donut, this will be much better when I heat it up in the microwave. If you look, you can see how thick that streusel layer is. It's a pretty high crust to fruit filling on this pie. Definitely gonna get better after I heat it up. Should be much better now. Hot apple pie, always more appetizing. The streusel topping did lose a little bit of its crunch. Still very tasty, but it kind of became a little more pudding-like after the microwave. Some delightful bourbon caramel. This stuff is pretty strong, and I also heated this up. I don't think I need a ton of it. Definitely a winning combination. Because it is a goat's milk caramel, it has just the tiniest bit of twang to it. Not off-putting at all, just gives like an extra depth of flavor, especially among so much sweetness here. Yeah, it's better for sure. It's not fair because I microwaved a piece of the pie. If this had been fresh out of the oven, the topping would still be crunchier, but altogether pretty solid. Fairly solid Dutch apple pie. Just pulled it out of the freezer. We have some cafe au lait gelato from George's Mill Farm. And this is sweetened with goat's milk caramel. You can see it's definitely got that dark coffee caramel tone to it. Ooh, feels nice and smooth. At first I thought it was too strong on the coffee. It's definitely the first thing that hits you. Pretty coffee forward. It mellows out into the caramel after that. I think it's a pretty natural combo to drizzle some caramel onto this. Basically make a little caramel macchiato here. Yeah, that kind of takes a little bit of the edge off from the strength of the coffee flavor up front. I definitely recommend a little bit of the caramel topping on there. Really breaking barriers here. Who knew ice cream and caramel would be delicious together? Not as crazy about the texture of this ice cream. It could be creamier, but part of that is also the farm is an hour away from my house. We did our best to keep it as cold as possible, but it definitely had a little freezer burn. So that's obviously no fault of its own. Overall, I generally like my coffee ice cream to be kind of a little more gentle coffee flavor, unless like I'm kind of sipping a latte. Mellows out into the caramel a bit. Definitely better with the caramel on top. Fairly solid, but once again, the donut easily hands down. The first thing I tried just ends up being the best of the entire show. Last little nugget, I completely somehow missed dunking an apple in this bourbon caramel. That would be a monster to know, at least try that. Just a little bit of twang. Goes very nicely with the apple. I think I like traditional caramel better with apple though. Very good together. And that's it. Thanks for watching my farmer's market fall harvest here.